Industrial Court, $28,889,200. I will now invite the Honorable Attorney General to make a brief opening statement, not exceeding 5 minutes, should he propose to do so on the Industrial Court.
Give me a second on the Industrial Court. I'm authorized to read this statement on behalf of the Industrial Court, which is a separate entity from the Attorney General, although it falls within my purview. It's a constitutional anachronism along with the judiciary. It is my pleasure to appear before the sitting of the Standing Finance Committee to present the budgetary allocation of the Industrial Court for examination. The Industrial Court is an important judicial institution in Trinidad and Tobago, which came into existence almost 60 years ago under the Industrial Stabilization Act, and at that time became the first industrial court in the English-speaking Caribbean. The court, as a superior court of record, achieves its mandate of upholding the principles and practices of good industrial relations as pillars of industrial peace, economic and social development through the resolution of disputes between trade unions and employers by way of conciliation, which is voluntary, amicable dispute resolution, and by the adjudication of matters where necessary. The court is seized with the power to adjudicate on and therefore resolve unresolved disputes between employers and unions that deal with the minimum wages, retrenchment and severance benefits, maternity protection, and occupational health and safety matters, among others. Additionally, there's a special tribunal established by the Civil Service Act, which hears and determines disputes in the civil service, the police service, the fire service, the prison service, and the teaching service, the supplemental police, and the central bank. The court is comprised of a complement of 26 members, judges, who are appointed based on their expertise in areas of industrial relations law, economics, and accounting. I recognize and value the contribution of the court to Trinidad and Tobago, and I look forward to discussing this head of expenditure.
Honorable members, the question is that the sum of $28,889,200 for Head 4 Industrial Court stand part of the schedule. This sum of $28,889,200 for Head 04 Industrial Court is comprised of monies proposed for expenditure under the following heads and items to be found in the draft estimates of recurrent expenditure and the draft estimates of development program. We shall now consider the draft estimates of recurrent expenditure, which is to be found at page 18 of the relevant volume. Subhead 01, Personnel Expenditure. Item 001, General Administration. Subhead 02. Member Farima.
Thank you kindly. Honorable Attorney General, as it relates to item 23, salary and direct charges, I see there's a decrease of 5.242 million. Could you indicate the reason for that decrease, please? Yeah, 23.
Say again?
Yeah, 23, salaries, direct charges, 5.242.
Okay, so if you just be patient with me.
Sure,
This is
sure.
not my institution.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be a separate institution. And it is, of course. I'm told that this is because there has been an overlap with 3 judges who will be leaving the court on November the 6th as they received extensions. Three new judges were appointed on August the 28th. The overlap increased expenses under 23, 24, 31, and the funds will perhaps have to be adjusted to take into account the realities.
Okay, so that, I'm just trying to follow. Okay, so 3 judges are leaving, yes?
Yes, but they were extended.
Or they were extended? Okay. So, I mean, why would there be a decrease then? Wouldn't there be a continuation? Wouldn't there be a continuation of the employment? In other words, wouldn't their salary automatically continue?
I think that there would have been let me seek advice from the institution.
Yeah, sure.
I could give a guess. But okay, so I'm told that it has to do with concurrent terms. The 3 persons who have been extended, there was an allocation for 3 other judges. This is what the public servants tell me. And the anomaly there may be accounted for by that.
Yeah, well, I understand because it's not your...
Just hold on a second, please. There is another answer which, I could give, which is that direct charges don't form a part of the appropriations bill. So the question is not really before us. I'd like to be as helpful as possible, but that's as helpful as I can be.
Well, I don't quite understand the explanation. I wouldn't, I don't know if it's worth it to belabor the point, but okay.
Subhead 02, Goods and Services, pages 18 to 20. Item 001, General Administration. Member for Arima.
Okay, well, yes, under 002, office lease accommodation and storage, an increase of 480,000. Is that in relation to the court itself, or is that another building? Honorable Attorney General, 08, rent, lease, office accommodation and storage.
I'm told that relates to arrears of rent. I have no particulars beyond that, which have to be paid in the current fiscal. Last fiscal, there were not sufficient funds to
Okay,
meet
I
the
don't
rent.
need the answer now, but if they can provide exactly which building they're referring to, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so on that, I'm careful about giving commitments,
Yes.
especially if I have no control over the commitments. And I'm not supposed to have control over the commitments.
Yes.
So what I would undertake to do is to ask a question, and if that question is answered, to provide the answer to you. Fair enough?
Well, the only thing, Honorable Attorney General, I'm not trying to, create any unnecessary mischief. I'm just seeing that they have a building here they're paying. I'm just asking. I don't think it is too difficult,
Well,
because if they put it here for that figure.
I don't think it is difficult either, but it just it doesn't typically concern me. It's not the office of the Attorney General. It's not across the street.
Well, I mean, so you can ask the two
I
ladies
can't,
assisting you if it is a difficult request.
no, I can ask them,
Yeah.
but with the greatest respect, if they tell me they'll provide the answer by tomorrow, I'm not going to give you an undertaking that the answer be provided by tomorrow.
No, I didn't ask for tomorrow. I am saying within reasonable time.
If they told me they'd provide the answer within the next year, I'm not going to give you an undertaking to provide the answer in the next year. I don't know. All that I can say is that I will endeavor to get an answer. If that answer is provided, I'll be happy to give it to you. That's the best that I can do. If it's in the office of the Attorney General, sure.
Attorney General, all I could say is that I know you are here and I know you want to be very meticulous, but I'm sure that those ladies there are quite competent because this is a simple issue. But I will move on.
Item 002, South Office. Item 003, Tobago.
Page are you on, just to be clear?
Page 20.
20? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Sure.
We now go to page 21. Subhead 03, Minor Equipment Purchases. Item 001, General Administration. Subhead 04, Current Transfers and Subsidies. Item 007, Households. Honorable members, we now move to the draft estimates of the development program, Consolidated Fund, item 005, multi-sectoral and other services at page 7A, administrative services. F, 7.
7, thank you. Sure. Thank you.
There are no questions, I take it. F, public buildings. Okay, I propose to put the question. Honorable members, the question is that the sum of $28,889,200 for Head 4, Industrial Court, stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The sum of $28,889,200 for Head 04, Industrial Court, now stands part of the schedule. Honorable Attorney General, allow me to thank your staff, the staff of the Industrial Court, for attending and assisting us. Thank you all very much.